Alright, now we have just 3 static services here. So I'm going to take out, I just want to keep one of the rows, and then I'll get rid of this and this. Alright, and then what we need to do, we need to use the ng repeat directive. Okay, that's how we can loop through things. So we need a container here. It can be anything, but we're going to make it a div, and we're going to give it the directive of ng-repeat, and we want to set that to what we want to loop through. In this case, we want to get a service in services. Alright, and then the ending div, we just want to place that down here at the end. Alright, so a little indent here. Alright, now this services, that pertains to the scope.services that we set equal to the response data. Alright, now we can scroll, we can loop through, and we want to replace these static fields with what are called expressions. Alright, now expressions need to be wrapped in double curly braces, and since we're in the loop of services, we can use service and then whatever field. In this case, we want the name. And if we scroll down, actually we need to go to services, and you can see that these names here are actually coming from the JSON file. Wait a minute, what is this? Oh, we get 2 H3s here. Alright, so let's test this out and go in the JSON file and change this to hardware repairs. And now services, and we get hardware repairs. Alright, so that is how you can make a simple GET request to whatever, whether it's an API or just a JSON file like this. It works pretty much the same way. So let's make the rest of those services fields dynamic. Okay, so we want the description here. Okay, so service dot description, and what else? The image. Okay, so this image name, services dot image, and that should be it. That should be good. All right, so the images, something's up with that. Services dot image, it should show. Computer icon PNG. Let me just see what it's putting out. So let's see, image. Let's see, 2. So it looks like we just have a blank image tag. Oh, I know why. When we're dealing with images, the source, something messes up with the source tags, so we need to use ng source. Okay, which is a special directive, and there you can see, whoops, that's not it, that's the home page. Oh, it's still not there. Image ng source. Oh, I put services. This should be just service, and there we go. Yep, there we go. So that's the services page. That's all set. Alright, now what I want to do is the same thing with the contact page and the location. So let's create a new file called locations.json, and I'm just going to paste this in. It's the same type of thing that we did with services. Every location has an ID, a name, street, city, state, zip, and phone number. Alright, so we want that saved, and then go to contact.html. Alright, and let's get rid of these two locations, and we'll use this one in our loop. Okay, so let's see, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do div ng repeat and set that to location in locations. Alright, and we just want to grab that ending div, put that down here. Alright, now we'll save that, and we have to go to back to script.js, and we just need to make a request here as well. So I'm going to copy this. Alright, and be sure to put your HTTP in right here. And actually that should be in quotes. And we also need it here. Alright, so we want to make a GET request to locations. Whoops, locations.json, and then we're going to set this to scope.locations. Alright, and for the main page or the home page, we also list the services, so I'm going to do the same thing there that I did here. There's no sense in having static fields, services for the home page when we have the dynamic for the services page. Alright, so that looks good. I think that about does it for the scripts file. So now if we go to contact, we should now be able to put in the dynamic fields. So right here, we should be able to do location dot name. Okay, and go to contact. Alright, something's not working right. Let's check this again. Oh, we didn't put our HTTP in here. You guys probably saw that. Alright, so locations, I'm sorry, contact. Alright, so you can see it's giving us the 3 locations, but only the name is dynamic, so we need to change the rest of these. Okay, so this one will be location dot street address. And let's see, we're going to just put a few in here. So we need the city, location.city. Okay, this one, location.state, and then we need the zip. Location.zip, and then the phone number. Okay, so now if we check out contact, now you can see that all the addresses are different, and we're fetching everything from the JSON file. Alright, last thing, the home page, we're going to make these services dynamic. So let's go to main HTML, and let's cut out, let's see, we'll do these 2 columns, and then we just want to wrap this one in ng repeat directive. So div ng repeat. Okay, and we're going to say service in services. Alright, and then we can just change this. Okay, we'll change that to service.name, and then the description. Alright, so home, and there we go. We have the services. So that's all dynamic now. Now this is a very, very simple application. We don't have any file structure or anything. What I wanted you to pay most attention to is like the directives, how to loop with ng repeat, expressions, how to insert the dynamic content, and then we have our controllers here and the HTTP GET service so that we can make GET requests. Scope, okay, scope. You'll always have access to the scope variables through this controller using expressions. All right, and then the routes. You want to use this syntax when and then the route, and then you want to assign the view and the controller. All right, so those are the most important things I think in this lesson. So now that we have a good foundation, we can start to make more complicated applications. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you in the next one.